Hey Sierra. Hey Caitlin. Hey Alexis. Hey Tyronda. Hey Shamika. Oop, my bad. I was looking at it. Hey Angel. All right, you guys. So if you haven't seen my last video, then y'all don't know. The hair is cut. Check out my last video if y'all want to talk about my hair. But thank you for the compliments. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Francis. Child, Tyrone, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. So I wanted to get on here, you guys. Like y'all, I've been so busy. I have not had time to like sit down and make like an official review for this final part of this season reunion. So I decided I'm not going to because I'm kind of like really tired of this season. Like I didn't even watch this this last episode in its entirety. So there's no point for me to make an official review. I'm just gonna get on here and talk about it because y'all, that was a terrible season and this was just a terrible way to end it, in my opinion. I was so over it. But thank you for the compliments about my hair, you guys. Let me see. Love your self-esteem. Thank you. Like, I can't believe I was so scared to tell y'all that I had cut my hair. I was so scared, but it's crazy because so many people pretty much are thinking about cutting their hair or want to do the same thing for similar reasons. So, I guess it's like really relatable. I'm like, I don't know why I was so scared to share it. But my next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to like do my own haircut. I bought clippers and everything, so we're gonna see how that go. I'm gonna record that. But let's go ahead and get into this video. And if I sound what's the word, congested, it's my allergies, y'all. The weather, it keeps being hot and then going cold and then being hot. My body don't know how to react well to that, especially when it's pollen and stuff outside. So if I sound like my nose is stopped up or if I sound sick, it's my allergies. I'm so sorry about it. Let me get to my notes. When I tell you I did not watch all of Haley and Jacob's stuff because I cannot. Because especially, okay, let's address the elephant. So somebody told me the last live that Jacob said something. I'm trying to choose my words wisely because I don't want to get demonetized. Unfortunately, on YouTube, you can't say certain things or you won't get your coin. But Jacob said some things that were, well, allegedly in a comment responding to someone on Instagram. He said that that discrimination against Black people was made up. Allegedly, he said that, the R word against Black people was made up, or it's not real. And it just completely ruined it for me, you guys. See, had I not known that, I would have got on here and been so like in favor of Jacob and defending him. And, Haley was wrong. And Haley is wrong. Haley did never give him a chance. But now I'm just like, well, maybe she had a legitimate reason. I don't know. And that's another reason why I was dragging my feet to do this review, because like I want to give it to Haley. I want to. I really do, because I do feel like, she's playing the victim. I feel like she's being fake. Regardless of what Jake said, like of what he said that I didn't like, I feel like at least he's like honest. At least he's being real, you know what I'm saying? At least he's telling the truth. I think Haley is fake. Haley is a Trump supporter. Now, do y'all have proof, or are y'all just saying that? Don't just be telling me nothing now. Because if they on the same level, then the playing field is even, you know? Let me see. What did I write down? I'm sorry, this is all over the place, y'all, but I'm so over this show. I can't even lie. I'm like so over it. So okay, basically Jacob is brutally honest and Haley is fake. And I think what people don't like about Jacob is that he's not going to play the game. He's not going to be like, well, you know, she's a nice girl. It just didn't work out. He's not going to say that. He's going to be like, look, it didn't work out. She didn't come home. She didn't like me. Anytime I would bring something up, she would do like he tells the truth about the situation. He doesn't sugarcoat it, and it's like they want him to sugarcoat it. I feel like I wonder if Kevin knows about Jacob's beliefs because he was going hard for Haley. That's what I'm saying. Like, why was he going so hard on Jacob? But you know, he acted a similar way last season when it came to what's that man name? You know the couple from last season, Olivia and Brett. They were kind of going in on Brett when I don't think Brett deserved all of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was kind of similar this time. Chris wasn't there to like get all of the, you know, he was there for a minute to get some of the jabs, but I feel like he went on Jacob even harder than he went on Chris, low key. So I didn't understand why he was caping for Haley so hard. Like, it did feel like overkill. It felt like he was just like going so hard. Well, you could have romanced her a little bit more. You could have did like, why was he going so hard? Like, Kevin is not a therapist. He was taking sides. I know. Jacob blocked me on Instagram last week for telling me he doesn't get to decide if the R word is still bad. I think everyone is over it. Pinky, worst season ever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this is the worst review ever because I'm just not. My heart's not in it. I was just commenting to his little replies, acting like he knew everything about Black people. Yeah, they would not let up on Jacob, and maybe they did. Maybe he did hear about what Jacob did. That's why he was going hard. If that's why he was going hard, you know, I'm not necessarily mad. It just came off as like passive aggressive, and it was just like, why are you caping so hard? Now this is what got me. You caping so hard for this white woman when I mean he did cape for Paige, but not the way he caped for Haley. Not the way he caped for Haley. He came for Jacob. He kept coming for Jacob. And maybe because Chris was apologetic, he couldn't come as hard on Chris. But I don't know. I feel like for some reason, I just feel like they could have given Paige a little bit more. They gave her her props, but I just feel like they should have been way more apologetic. And I'm more so talking about the experts. To be honest, these grown adults don't need to be coddled at all. Okay, true. Maybe this show paid Kevin for doing that. Oh no. I agree. This doesn't make me like Haley. I still think she's fake. I still think that she plays the victim. I still think she was lying about certain things. I really do. They even said at one point, let me go up here. When the men met up with each other, every like Haley said that, you know, he wasn't a pleasant person to be around. But everybody else said that Jacob, now I'm not trying to take up for Jacob. I'm just telling y'all what they said. But everybody else thinks Jacob is funny. He said basically the whole group thinks he's funny except for Haley. He said they made it clear that when Haley left Jacob that night and they all met up with one another, it really did start off as a girls' night. But Clara called her husband. I think that was like a trickle-down effect, and other people called their husbands. And the fact that Haley didn't call him, that was trash. But they did make it clear that it did start off as a girls' night. He said that they didn't really talk off camera, but as soon as the cameras came, that's when she turned it on and like became personable. And allegedly, this is the rumor, this is alleged, they said she didn't have a job and she would be gone all day long, and then she would only come home for filming. And Kevin kept pressing him about like, well, why didn't you romance her? Why didn't you engage her? It's like, how do you engage someone who doesn't want to be engaged? How do you force yourself upon someone? You know what I'm saying? My heart's not in it. I want to, but knowing what I know about Jacob, I can't even do it. Haley probably told production, if he comes at me, I'm walking off. If I remember correctly, Kevin caped for Sharon Osbourne during. Thank you for bringing that up. He did cape for Sharon Osbourne. Mm-hmm. Oh, we see you, Kevin. See, I feel like Kevin is a good host overall, but there are moments where he does things that really bother me. Like I remember a few seasons ago. Did I lose you? I remember one season with the season with Michael and Brandon, and that whole thing with Brandon and Taylor getting into it. It's like he was trying to force Michael to speak for Brandon when he shouldn't have to speak for Brandon. And Michael ended up storming off the set, and I kind of understood where he was coming from. It's like, how you gonna make me speak for someone who's not here? Are you making me do this just because I'm the only other black man here? So I don't know. I feel like there are instances where he don't all the way have our back. Kevin caters to a white audience, most definitely. Mm-hmm. See, these hosts ain't loyal. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you brought that. I forgot all about that. That just happened not too long ago, too. So I don't know why I'm surprised. But anyway, I'm gonna move on to the experts. Y'all. So the experts came out. First of all, this is the first reunion in a long time that the experts have come out. And I feel like that they definitely had to come up and save face. Like this whole reunion pretty much was like everybody trying to clean up the mess they made and pretending like things were not as bad as they actually were. I feel like if the experts were going to come on here, I feel like they should have been 100% apologetic. They even should have brought Paige out and apologized to her. Like I feel like y'all should have, if y'all gonna bring the experts out, y'all should have went hard. And I know if they were to be 100% apologetic, they would be liable. They probably would have had, been able to be sued and things of that nature. So I kind of understand why they didn't. Media training. Thank you. The theme is media training and fake. Thank you, Kimberly. Yes, very much. Like when he said they had a great track record. A great track record? How do y'all have a great track record and your success rate, your marriage success rate is 30%? That's a great track record. And then you said they have a great track record after this season? I mean, like I really could not take anything seriously. If you're gonna start the segment off with a great track record, now mind you, before this season, I wouldn't have said a great track record, but y'all have created successful couples. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna take that away from you. They even have a show with all the successful couples on it, right? But this is the 12th season. We've had at least 3 couples on most seasons. The latter seasons you have 5 and 6, 4 and 5 couples. Majority of the couples each season don't make it. Like there have been seasons where there have been like half or maybe 3 out of 5, but rarely do you get more than that. So they have a great success rate. Like, I don't know. That was just so fake to me. I was just like, oh, we really not gonna get what we need out of this segment. So I fast forwarded through a lot of it. Really, I just wanted to hear them talk about Paige and Chris. Because it's like, how can we celebrate these wins? Because you can't celebrate the wins from this season because the couples were toxic this season. The successful couples, they are toxic. We haven't seen much more than toxicity from these couples. I don't care what they put out on social media. People put out the best parts of their relationship on social media all day, every day. Because I was looking at Ryan. He was putting out some sweet stuff about him and Clara. And I don't doubt that they have great moments. I don't doubt that they even feel like they have a good relationship. But in the long run, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I really can't celebrate the 3 couples that stayed together as a win if I feel like the couples are toxic. That's all I'm saying. Especially Virginia and Eric. Okay. Jamie and Doug were their only successful couple until season 5. And as seasons went on, they had more couples, so more chances. That's true. I didn't even think about it like that. If the experts were happy that 3 of these couples did not divorce, then I know this was my last season watching this show. If I'm not mistaken, I think the season with Jessica and Austin, they were the only couple who stayed married. Exactly. That's so true. That's so true. You're right. They were the only successful couple from that season. That was a terrible season because we had Brandon and Taylor. We had Mika and Michael, Katie and Derek, 3 of the most toxic couples y'all ever put together. And who was the other couple? It was Jessica and Austin, but wasn't it another? Oh, Zach and how could I forget Zach and Mindy? That was a terrible season, and that was in recent years. Child, so I don't want to hear it. Y'all sitting up here giving y'all a pat on the back. I don't give y'all a pat on the back. Mind you, I don't think that I'm not naive enough to believe that the experts that we see on TV, like the ones that are on the screen, I'm not naive enough to believe that they are the ones who have the final say. I don't believe it. I believe it's the powers that be, maybe the producers. I feel like if they were to actually choose, I do feel like they would probably have more successful couples. Like when we get to Chris, Pastor Cal made it clear that them matching Chris up with Paige probably is not the best idea. And this is where y'all need more Black people behind the scenes, or maybe to listen to the Black people y'all got, because the Black community, we know there is colorism in our community, and we know when someone is potentially colorist. We know when someone is potentially, like, will be shallow and will want a certain type of Black woman. Let's just be honest. There are too many of our men in our community that are 100% upfront about that too, and will make it clear, I only like light skin, I only like biracial, I only like white women, I only like, you know what I'm saying? There are men, you could go on Twitter at this very moment and find so many tweets of men who say that. Okay? Black men. We know what's in our community. And so I feel like if Pastor Cal, when it comes down to a Black couple, if Pastor Cal says, I don't think this is gonna work, I think y'all need to listen to Pastor Cal next time. Because I think if y'all would have listened to Pastor Cal this time around, we wouldn't even have this mess. Oh no, I think they'll be a good couple. Oh no, I just think they'll be good together. They match on paper. Look, he owns his business and she runs a business. They'll be a power couple. Oh. No, listen to this man. Listen to him. We know our people. Okay, Pastor Cal ain't Kevin. I think Pastor Cal is he know us. Okay. Sorry, Beth and Jamie was the best match they ever made. I don't even know, because what oh, Beth and Jamie. Beth and Jamie. Did I read that correctly? Because at first I thought you said you was finna say Jamie and Doug. My brain read Jamie and Doug. But you said Beth and Jamie was the best match? Beth and Jamie? I'm sorry, y'all. There was a glitch in the matrix in my head. I think I malfunctioned for a second. Beth and Jamie were the best match? Okay. I'm sorry, that was funny. I'm sorry. Okay, Paris, thank you for bringing me back. I'm not buying this. He tricked us. We were deceived. No. And if y'all were deceived by Chris, then y'all need to hang it up. If y'all were deceived by Chris, y'all need to hang it up. Y'all are not good at your job. Or somebody need to get fired, and somebody with a better judge of character and better discernment, better investigation skills. Y'all need a better vetting process. If y'all couldn't see through Chris, I'm gonna need y'all to hang it up. I'm gonna have to. Somebody been smoking and drinking. Somebody been smoking and drinking. Somebody, yeah, y'all gonna bring. Y'all gonna have to bring the Dr. Umar out. Somebody been smoking and drinking. If y'all can't see through Chris, thank you. Chris does not give me master manipulator. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, because the thing about it is, Chris had exes y'all could go talk to. Two people that he was once engaged to that I'm sure would have told y'all the truth about Chris. Ex-friends, I'm sure he has ex-friends. I'm sure he has family members that would have told y'all the truth. Y'all cannot tell me that y'all couldn't see through Chris. I'm sorry. After everything that we've seen, and if he did fool y'all, somebody is not good at their job. Period. I wouldn't let him get through based on his mumbling. Based on the mumbling alone. Chris is not a master manipulator. He's just a big baby. Like, y'all, I'm not believing it. I'm not convinced. Y'all, and that's why I'm like, how y'all gonna come to the reunion and really try to tell us, oh, he fooled us? Y'all look like y'all are easily fooled then. Y'all look like y'all are naive. Y'all look like y'all then y'all supposed to have doctorate degrees and stuff. Like, even just the fact that he was engaged multiple times and recently. Thank you. He was just engaged the beginning of that year. 6 months later, and somebody did the math. I watched one video, somebody did the math, okay? He was engaged February of 2020. Somebody did the math on whenever they had to like apply for Married at First Sight. Either he applied while he was engaged or he applied right after they broke up. But he applied within February. If he got engaged in February, he had to apply around that time. So y'all couldn't get on YouTube and see that he had a whole engagement party. I'm done. I'm tired. Like, once I saw that video, I'm not buying anything else they telling us about this. I'm not buying anything. Oh, he fooled. I'm not buying it. Yeah, the experts getting fooled don't sound right. We saw his shadiness from the jump. Exactly. Come on, y'all. We know they're saying that to save their jobs, and the producers probably have the final say on the couple. I agree. I said that a few minutes ago. I'm not naive enough to believe that the experts have the final say. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. But I do think behind the scenes, somebody thought this would be a good idea to not only bring Chris on this show, but pair him with someone like Paige. Y'all know Montre picked Chris. Montre, I'm not playing with you. I am not playing with you. From the house visits when he was talking about himself, it was easy to see he was not right. Exactly. Talking about he didn't want to be with a woman that just wanted him for his money. Did y'all even check to see if Chris had the money he said he had? Because a lot of people is coming out that the subway that he owned didn't last long. Thanks, Lexi. Pastor Cal talking about they were doing a good thing by pairing opposites. That's another thing. Stop trying to pair opposites. Stop trying to pair opposites. Stop trying to put a person that don't want kids with a person that do want kids. That is a major deal breaker. Like, is that what matchmakers really do? Is that, because I doubt it. I doubt a matchmaker will go into this like, oh, he likes to go camping and she's high maintenance and likes to go shopping, so we're gonna put them together. No. You go find him someone that likes to shoot, that likes to hunt animals the way he does. Like, I mean, y'all just pair. That's like pairing me, someone who is not an animal person, with someone who has like 5 dogs. That is not gonna work. That is not gonna work. Okay? Because I'm gonna be hollering and screaming every time I walk in the house. That sounds like an amateur mistake. That sounds That sound like kids. That sound like something a teenager would think would be. You know, opposites attract. No. They saw Doug and Jamie and ran with it. I'm gonna be honest about Doug and Jamie, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't even think they would still be together if it wasn't for this show. Cause I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm not trying to judge nobody's marriage. Maybe, you know, it could be totally different behind the scenes, but it's just giving me she wouldn't have a job if she wasn't still with Doug. Allegedly. I've watched that Indian matchmaking show and they try to get them as similar as possible. They even take astrology into account. It's crazy how detailed it is. It's giving me YouTube couple. Yeah, how YouTube couples, they stay together as long as they can when they really hate each other just so they can keep them coin coming in. And so y'all feel me on Jamie and Doug. Jamie, girl, Jamie was awful. I went back and I watched their episode when they got married. If I was Doug and I went back and I watched that, there ain't no way I could be with that woman. And I understand things can change. She could grow to love you, whatever. But the way she acted on screen, she did not. And I guess, you know, I can have a certain part of me can respect her being completely honest, but the way she acted on her wedding day when she saw him, I could never actually believe that she liked me. I could never actually believe that she actually was attracted to me. If you act that way when you first see me, I could never actually believe that you ever actually liked me. Yeah, because I don't know how Shanice and Jeffrey still together. I think they a part of me thinks they are thriving in the dysfunction. Some people, if you grow up, and I'm not trying to, let me take Jeff D and Shanice out of it. Sometimes when people grow up in dysfunctional like environments, they look for that in their partner. And so when they find someone and you know they have that like, you know, on again, off again dysfunctional relationship, and you know they do these terrible things to each other, it's like they cling to it because of their, you know, that's what they're used to. And I'm not saying that's what Jeffy and Shanice have or what happened to them, but it just reminds me of that. Being honest and being cruel, two different things. She was cruel. Jamie was cruel to Doug. Poor Doug will never. It's been how many years since they got married? That's all I can think about when I see them. That's how bad she was. That has stuck in my brain over all these years of watching this show. And I'm just like, why would you sign up for a show? She's the definition of you. She should have never signed up for this show. She's the perfect example. That type of person, if you that shallow, you should never sign up for a show like Married at First Sight. Jamie wanted fame and a family. It seems like Jeffy wants to be in his daughter's life, so he stays. Jeffy acts like he hates Shanice. I don't even get that they are exactly. He seemed like he don't even like her. I don't watch that quarantine style show, but whenever I catch clips, he don't seem like he like her. Like I like them better on Couples Couch, but when I saw clips of that other show, I'm like, he's so cold. He's so cold towards her. And what somebody said, he sticks around because he wants to be in his daughter's life. You don't have to be married to be in your daughter's life. Your daughter is seeing whatever dysfunctional thing y'all got going on is going to make her think that that's normal. So I don't know, like that relationship is toxic. It just seems so toxic. I'm glad we have different Black couples. I'm glad we have Amani and Woody, and we have Miles and Karen. Oh, and Deanna and Greg, who are my faves. I'm glad we have them on the show to counteract that. Because I would hate for them to just have Jeffy and Shanice representing the Black couples on this show. Thank you for giving us a variety. And Keith and Christine, thank you. I love them too. Because no, that is not a good example. He is cold towards Shanice, poor lady accepting scraps. Jeff D really was never attracted to Shanice. On Unfiltered back in the day, he said he thought he would be paired with a model. What is up with these Black men coming on this show and thinking they deserve an Instagram model? I say this all the time. If women had the confidence of men, especially if they had the confidence of Black men, oh, we wouldn't even be worried about none of them. If we had their confidence, Jeff D think he deserved a model. And then I always have to bring this up. What was his name that was married to Jasmine? Jasmine, I can't remember his name. What was his name? Y'all know Will. Will thought, and I'm gonna have to pull Will up just because he said this. Will thought that he deserved Megan Good or Drea. Hold on, let me pull him up. Because I want y'all to see the audacity. I want y'all to feel the audacity. Hold on, real quick. So all I'm saying is, we need to be realistic with our expectations. Because women, we get told we need to be realistic about our expectations all the time. Okay. Oh, you're not gonna be able to get a rich man. You're not gonna be able to get a high value man. I'm not even gonna bring up that man's name in this chat, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Who always criticize these women. Oh, you're not gonna be able to get this. You're not gonna be able to get that. You need more realistic expectations. But then you'll have someone like Will that says he wants he think he deserves a Drea or Megan Good. So if you deserve that, what are they gonna get? Child, let me take him off of here. I feel like I'm doing too much now. But y'all see what I'm saying? That is a little bit too much. If you come on a show like Married at First Sight, they're going to match you. I feel like when it comes to looks, I feel like they be pretty spot on with how they match people. Like, if nothing else, I feel like the looks be matching up. I don't feel like they ever match someone that is so gorgeous with someone who is not. or you know what I'm saying? I feel like the looks be on par with one another, if nothing else. Do y'all agree with me? I think that when it comes to looks, I don't think that there's a drastic difference between the people that they choose for one another. Now, do they not take into account what people say that their types are? No. I feel like they should do that more. I feel like they should what is your type so we don't have these type of situations. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at past couples on Married at First Sight, I feel like they do a pretty good job with matching up looks. I agree. Recent seasons have been equal looks wise, especially with the black couples. They do a good job with the looks. Yeah. Will Megan Good want to go 50-50? Thank you. You want a Drea or you want a Megan Good? Drea and Megan Good, they gonna get somebody where they well taken care of. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to go 50-50. You can't tell me Drea goes for football players. Megan Good, she have a successful husband. Okay. I just I see them going for the high value man. That's what I see them going for. They definitely match. They intentionally give people the opposite of what they ask for because they're messy. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. But I also think a lot of these people's expectations are unrealistic as well. If you can't get an Instagram model on your own, why do you expect Married at First Sight to match you up with an Instagram model? No one ever seems too out of anyone's league. No. Not looks wise, but sometimes like when it comes to the pairing up of careers, like even look what they gave Mika. Mika was a successful, isn't she like an accountant or something like that? She does something to do with math, and then paired her up with someone who don't even have a job. That was trash. I just feel like on this show, especially within recent years, they really have given black women the short end of the stick. I mean, the best thing that they did was match. I mean, the best men that they ever matched on this show to me was Miles and Woody, Greg. Um, I'm trying to think, but those are just the ones that pop in my head. Deanna and Greg, I feel like Deanna and Greg was probably one of the best matches in the history of this show. And I'm biased because they've had a few years to be married. You know, I'm gonna give the other couples like a little more time to be married. But Deanna and Greg, they didn't had a baby. I'm gonna let them live some more too. But I feel like they're like they're the couple I look to right now for this show to be like, that's it. Y'all did good with that. Keith would have been a great match for a non-virgin. How was Keith a good match when Keith said he wasn't even ready to get married? Keith said that at the reunion. He said, I wasn't even ready to get married. So why would you get on TV and marry somebody? I'm sorry, I can't give Keith all the praise I don't fall in line and give Keith the praise that everybody thinks he deserves. I don't the more and more I hear about Keith, the more I hear Keith speak, the more I see of Keith, I'm just like, well, why did you come on this show? Because you it didn't seem like you came on here to be married. And everybody want to come on here and say, oh, Iris wasn't ready to be married. I think Iris could have been ready to be married if she had someone more compatible with her. I don't think that Keith and Iris were the most compatible. I think on paper they were, but I think if they found someone more like Ryan from this season, as far as Christian values and wanting to wait, I feel like she would have been a great match for someone like that. I think she would have been a great wife to someone like that. So you can't sit up here and tell me Iris wouldn't have been a good wife just because she was matched up with someone that she was incompatible in that one area with. And he didn't try to romance her because he didn't want to take the time and have the patience. He just put on a nice face for it. He wasn't a jerk about it. But I don't think that Keith would have. He said himself he wasn't ready. Like, no. I honestly believe Keith was not attracted to Iris. He said he was, but I don't know. I think he was being too nice. I think he was trying to play the nice guy role and wasn't being completely honest. And I'm glad he wasn't rude. I'm glad he wasn't nasty. But I don't know. He wasn't even communicating with her about how he felt. Exactly. Because I remember when she did the interview, she said a lot of stuff that he was saying in the confessionals, he never actually even said to her. So, I mean, how can she work on something she don't even know what the problem is? Iris was very compassionate when Keith had a passing in his family. She was there for him. She was. What are y'all talking about with Vincent? I'm trying to look at the thread of what y'all are saying. I can't keep up. Everybody comes on Married at First Sight thinking it's Tinder. Oh my goodness, yes. They come on Married at First Sight thinking it's like The Bachelor or or what are these other matchmaking shows? Yeah, this is not that. This is not a show where you're gonna find a model or someone that is so fine that you're blown away. No, there really isn't. It shouldn't even too much be about looks. I feel like looks play a factor, but it shouldn't be like that high up on your list. You should be more concerned about their character and whether y'all are compatible on it shouldn't be about the looks. Pinky, someone in the chat said Married at First Sight was Vincent's first job. I cannot. I cannot. Was it? Keith and Christine were a good match. Y'all are taking everybody out in this chat. Yes, this is not Blind Date or The Bachelor. They're either matching them by paper or trying to make opposites attract. Yeah. I don't know. I just think that I think y'all have to take into account, like, kind of maybe kind of check out people's exes, maybe have them bring in pictures of their exes, something like, so we don't have so much of this, because I know looks do play a part, but also y'all need to be like seeing, are these people actually ready to be married? Checking out their history, their dating history, making sure they haven't been engaged within 6 months of them applying to this show, and like vet these people, do background checks, hire a private investigator, hire someone who will look into their past. I know y'all can do it. hire somebody that will look into their past and see what, I know y'all do background checks, but do a background check on the background check. Okay. They don't pay attention to people's deal breakers. Exactly. They're called, look, they're deal breakers for a reason. I just feel like there's no reason why y'all should be matching up someone who say, oh, I definitely want kids with someone who is 50-50. 50-50. Y'all should not be matching people up like that. Because if you're 50-50, I feel like you are leaning more towards you don't want to have kids. Because Virginia said on the reunion, she was just like, well, if I'm one of those people, if my partner wants kids, I'll have kids. Or if my partner don't want kids, then I won't have kids. I feel like that's not something that you should be able to sway with the wind. I feel like you should go into like wanting to be a parent. Now, I know there have been plenty of people who have gotten pregnant not on purpose and became great parents. But I'm talking about we're going into a situation where you're deciding whether you want children or not. And if you're 50-50, oh, I'll sway this way, I'll sway that way. No. You shouldn't match that with someone who clearly does want kids. Pastor Cal said Paige was on par on looks with exes of Chris. Deal breakers are important. What about black men? What about the black man that wanted someone light skinned and they gave him a criminal? Y'all, I realized I have not watched that season. I thought I did, but that's one season I didn't watch. I think I don't know why I missed that season. But I've been trying to read up on it, and that season, that woman sound crazy. I might have to go back and watch it. She was trying to recharacterize everything at that point. Yeah, they did a lot of revisionist history on this reunion. If you want kids, you don't have to be talked into it. Exactly. I don't think the experts are properly screening people before selecting them. Exactly. I also hate how they are just pumping out seasons back to back now, too. The turnover rate is too fast for y'all to be vetting people carefully. I agree. Doesn't it take time to look at people's past, too? Like, I don't think you could just, in like a day, research someone. I thought private investigators and people like that, I thought they needed some time to do that. To really like get in there and do research and like, talk to people. I thought it doesn't seem like they do it within enough time. Same with Brett and Olivia. If it's not a yes, then it's a no. Thank you. If it's a maybe, that's a no. Especially if a woman is a certain age. If a woman is a certain age, like mid 30s, late 30s, and she's still talking about maybe, most likely she don't want a baby. Because once women get to around that age, it's like, okay, well, now I'm let me get my words together. Now I want to make sure I have the right partner because I want to have kids. Like, it's like by that time they know. They know. And if they're saying maybe, most likely they don't want to have kids. They definitely don't care anymore. They only care about the entertainment. Are you reviewing Ready to Love tonight? Y'all, I completely forgot about Ready to Love. I'm sorry. I completely forgot about Ready to Love. I didn't even watch it. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow. I sure forgot. Paige and Mercedes don't look alike. Yeah, going back to that comment I read before. I'm sorry, I forgot to talk about it. Paige don't look nothing like Mercedes. So why would they think that was... No, they don't look alike. Now, I feel like their looks are on par. Like, if we're talking about like looks, I feel like they're on par. But the way that I feel like the way Mercedes carries herself is different from the way that Paige carries herself, if that makes sense. I low-key want to watch it now. Oh my goodness. Y'all making me want to watch Ready to Love. The season finale of This Is Us was this week. Okay, I've been letting them pile up so that I can just binge watch them. But child, I can't. Man, I'm mad I didn't watch it now. I might watch it real quick and then like do a live. Cause it's only like 40 minutes if I get on there. How do you feel about Unmatchables? I tried to watch an episode. It doesn't do anything for me. It feels way too scripted. Way too scripted. I can't do it. The guys met the ladies' exes. I can pull it up low key. Would y'all want to do like a watch along? Because I wouldn't be able to show it to y'all, but I could like do like commentary as I watch it. Would y'all want to do that? If y'all want to do that, I could do the live tonight. But if not, then just have to wait. Y'all want to do it? Okay. Well, I'm pretty much done with this live anyway because I'm sorry, I have some hair on my lip, but I pretty much gonna end this live anyway. I really am done with Married at First Sight right now. They've disgusted me enough for this season. They really did it with Chris for me. This whole situation with Paige and Chris, and then just being disingenuous about it during this reunion, it really bothered me. Ugh, I'm annoyed. So that's why I'm just gonna go ahead and like I'm done with this season. Done. So happy it's over. And go ahead and end this live. Shout out to 136 people in here. Shout out to y'all. Hopefully my internet will be able to withstand me watching this episode and doing live. Anyway, let me go ahead and I'm gonna start the new live for Ready to Love. I'm about to do a live watch along if y'all want to come watch that. Make sure y'all leave a like in this chat before you go. And yeah, that's it. I will see you in my next live.